protocol domain, testing domain, and I have delivered LTE test batches as well as some organization. So today we are going to discuss like these are some of outline of demo, like what is protocol testing. First we are discuss about like what is network. After that, like what is protocol and who is protocol. So means basically what is protocol. Will help you understand like what we are going to cover in our course and what is basically that term belongs to. After that, we will discuss about like how we can enter from RF into protocol testing domain. Briefly, we will cover that topic. That's some of like testing methodology, like how we will test in real time. That is again an important task to understand like a day-to-day life after switching in that domain. What we will do, like what is our day-to-day life. That we will discuss after. Quickly we will cover about like syllabus, what all things we are going to cover in our syllabus. After like we'll discuss about like profile, like what all profile we have, in which profile we can enter. So accordingly we will like choose our specific course, or not specific course means our topics of area. Like LT has huge a bandwidth in which we have multiple topic, multiple area, but I think in and we have to choose our a short domain, I think. So accordingly we can enter in that particular area. So we will discuss about that. I will tell you like in what profile we have or how we can choose profile. So let's get started. So first, I think most of you are from telecom domain only, correct? Okay, so let's start. So first, let's understand like what is network. That is very basic term, and I think most of you are aware with that term. But let's 1 second. Let's understand that term. Okay. So what is network? So a network is a interconnection of two or more nodes via some transmission media. Okay. So basically in our network, in our ecosystem, we have multiple node. For example, node B, MME, PGW, SGW, and our PCRF, HSS. Then so these multiple node we have in our network. Okay. Apart from these network entities, we have one other entity, that is our mobile, our user equipment. This one. Okay. I think now it's more clear. So this one. 1 second. This mobile equipment. This is nothing but our mobile. Let me choose one. Okay. This one nothing but our mobile. Okay. Next, what is our protocol? So protocol, if we talk about in book language, so protocol is basically our standard set of rule allow node in network to communicate with each other. Okay, so suppose we have two node. One is our inode B, one is our U, second one is a inode B. So we need something, some channel or some language or some set of rule. With the help of those rule, we can communicate with each other. Okay, so that is basically protocol. We define these protocol. With the help of those protocol, we can communicate with each other, either UE to node B and then further communication in node B to MME. Okay, so that is basically protocol. Then again question is, who define these protocol? We understand like we have some set of rule. Then who defines this rule? Okay, so I like these one more line you can understand. Like if suppose we transmit something, some data, some signaling, we transmit, you send some request, but how you get to know that request is successful or not? Like my message is successfully delivered to network or not? So definitely we have provision of acknowledgement, means some feedback kind of thing. Like you will get something after getting that particular message, you will get like my message is successfully delivered to that inode B. So these kind of message, these kind of signaling feedback defined by my protocol with the help of this protocol. So we have several protocol. In upcoming slide we will discuss about those protocol. Okay, so now let's discuss like who define protocol. Okay, So we have different bodies, different organization who is responsible to define this protocol. Okay, just for example, 3GPP. So 3GPP is third generation partnership project. Okay, so this in this group we have like multiple companies, like senior representative of these companies are part of this organization. So which companies are part of like 3GPP? Like for example, this is here like some of companies I have mentioned. So like Nokia, Jio, Samsung means all operators, all vendors, service-based companies, some leading institute. Like if I talk about in terms of only Indian institutes, like our IITs, NITs, then DOT, our telecom department, kind of uh, like universities or leading companies are part of this organization. Okay, these are part of this organization. So this is 3GPP. Again, you must have heard this one's name, Oran Alliance. Means nowadays Oran is quite term in network area. So who is responsible to like define protocol related to our Oran? That is my Oran Alliance. Okay. Same like for example, we have many more entities, many more organization which define protocol. Like for example, for IMS, RFC is responsible to define protocols for IMS. Like IEEE for non-3GPP. When I said non-3GPP, that means my WLAN, Wi-Fi. So IEEE is responsible to define the protocol for my Wi-Fi. Okay. So this is more about what is network, then protocol, and who define this protocol. Okay. But this is like quick representation, like in if you observe like in every 10 year, roughly in every 10 year we get one new generation. So in every new generation we get a new feature, a new technology. So mainly like nowadays 5G is in latest technology in the market. So why we need 5G? So we have certain requirements, like for example low latency, high bandwidth means high throughput. After that, massive machine communication. This is like requirement for 5G. At the time of 4G, cloud is quite newly introduced in market. After that, IP communication. These are possible with the help of 4G. So this is like, for example, in every generation, they have some new requirement, and with the help of new technology, we adopt those requirement. So in every 10 year, basically, roughly, we get new technology like this 10 year, 10 year, 10 year. So this is like in I mean means this many technology we have for now. Okay, like non 3GPP wise, we have some more technology. So this is for like your reference only for continuity. This is a view here. Just assume one UE. So this is just for your reference. Our LT architecture is look like this. This is our UE, means our user equipment. Then we have our eNode B, and this one is our eNode B. Then we have some ME, HSS, and SGW, PGW. All these node have their specific work, and we have some interfaces. And with the help of those interfaces, these node communicate with each other. Again, we have some predefined protocols. With the help of those protocol only, these node are working, means inter communicate with each other. So if you observe, like we have two type of uh, interworking or interface. Like one is dotted line, other one is like in bold or regular line. Okay, so this one and this one. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? First one is our signaling purpose only. Okay, signaling means whenever like you try to attach with network or try to do handover from one node B or either from one MME to other MME. So that is basically our signaling. And what is then traffic? Traffic whenever like you are just sending or receiving any data, that is our traffic. Okay. So that's how we have two type of signaling or of communication. So if I compare the same architecture in terms of protocol stack. So just from here, this is my control plane and this is my user plane. Okay. So this is my UE stack again. UE means my user equipment, my handheld or mobile, then my eNode B and MME. So if I quickly compare these protocols, so if like for your reference, these two are my L3. Means in detail we will discuss about this protocol one by one, but just here for your reference, this is my L2 and this is my L1. L1 means file layer, okay, my file layer, and these all layer have their specific uh, functionality. Like these are two NAN RRCs responsible for initial attach or for their control signaling kind of task they have. After that, they are more about some data related things, and phi and one of most important layer that is responsible for like transmitting signal and some errors. These kind of things are controlled by file layer. This is my file layer. L1 is my file layer. Okay. So if you compare these two, like RRC, we have RRC layer in eNode B as well, but we have this one NAS layer we don't have in eNode B. Then how this will communicate? Means if I want to communicate my NAS layer UE layer to MME layer, but important thing means my NAS layer, if I am sending some message from NAS layer, none of these layer are able to decode that packet. So only NAS layer only can decode that packet. Okay, means from transmit side, if I am sending something from NAS layer, then only NAS layer can decode that one at reception side. Okay, so just this is like for your reference only. If I compare this to uh, architecture, this is like my common blocks of LT, and I compare the same blocks with protocols. So in like internal working or internal thing, it will look like that in terms of protocol. Okay. And if guys anything you want to understand, or you can stop me anytime and means raise your question or query. So this is like about like what kind of testing we have and what we do in our real time. So let's discuss about these things. Okay. So what kind of protocol, what type of protocol testing, what kind of testing we have in real time. So on this basis also we can choose our profile or we can add this testing in our EV. So whenever we will give any interview, so we can like show this kind of testing in our experience. Okay. So first one, test differentiated based on layers. So that's layer what I have shown you, layer like L3, L2, and L1. So we can add miss in real time. We used to different testing based on our like some testing on layer one, some testing on layer two, some layer three. Suppose we have these three layer. I want to verify the all the functionalities of these three layer. Then we have means a company may have three team. Suppose someone is working on L3, someone working on L2, someone on L1. So kind of these team is responsible to verify the functionalities of these three layer. Okay. So that's how we can differentiate the testing. After that, manual testing and automation testing. Okay. So what is my means frequently you will heard these two names, manual testing or automation testing. You must have heard these terms as well in your previous experience or somewhere in.
Don't.
Any
Es,
question, guys?
aceleran S. नहीं ऐसे
Raj Kumar, any question? Okay. So these are two testing, manual and automation. So what is like basic difference between these two testing, manual and automation? So suppose you want to do a normal call and 5 times a call for 5 times. Okay. So whenever you will do that manually, manually means you have to dial that same call. Suppose number 1, 2, and 3. So you have to dial that same call to the number 123 manually. Means you have to open your screen and open your that layer and you have to dial 123 and call. Okay, for 5 times manually. Means with your hand. Okay. So that is kind of manual testing. And then what is automation testing? In automation testing, you can develop a script, or with the help of any tool, you just give iteration 5 times and number 1 2 3. Then that script or tool will clear rest of the thing. Okay, automatically they'll call dial that tool or script will dial that same code. So that is automation testing. Means roughly you can understand like this. Okay. So after that, these all the kind of testing we again have in our day to day. So just for overview, let me explain one by one. So first one is functional testing. So what is functional testing? Just verifying the functionalities of our DUT. Okay, DUT means our product, device under test. This is our DUT. Okay, DUT means device under test. Suppose I am testing my some of handsets, or I'm testing from run side, I'm testing E not B, then my E not B will be my DUT. And suppose I'm testing that my handset, then my handset will be my DUT. It is nothing but device under testing. Then whatever I'm testing, whatever I'm verifying, that is my DUT. Okay. Functional testing is basically I'm just verifying the functionality of that DUT. Functionality means whole means that my DUT is attaching my network, means LTE or 5G, anything attaching that network or not. That one again, like basic functionality, call, SMS, or cell selection, deselection, handover. I mean, these are kind of basic functional. Means every product should those test cases. So that is my functional testing. After that, conformance testing. So conformance testing is something by my 3GPP. Okay, that third generation part. Okay, so we have certain spec for same like 523. So for LT38, sorry, 36.521, 521, and 523. These are spec number. So in that spec, we have some predefined test cases. So I just perform those test cases on with my DU. So that is part of my conformance testing. Okay. Again, performance testing is something like I will increase my number of tests or number of iteration. Suppose here in functional I am just tested 1 time that call, or 5 times. See, okay, in functional I will just increase the iteration 100 times. Okay, 100 times, and I will observe my duties behavior after that 100 iteration. Okay, so that is my performance testing. Means how my duty is performing whenever I am in my number of iteration. So that is my performance testing. Then stability is something I will in stability and load. These kind of same testing. So in that I will increase stress on my duty on my product. Means kind of stress. Suppose same test cases, means that I'm just taking example of one call only. I will originate a call for 12 hours. Okay, or just data call or means voice call, anything for 12 hour, 8 hour, 4 hour. Okay, means kind of overnight testing I will do, and I will check the behavior of UT after this long run of test cases. Okay, means my UT should be stable with any long run test cases. Okay, that is my stability or load testing. Same like we have some testing. Okay, just this one. What testing in lab and field? Okay, that is again a important thing. So this is basically how we choose the testing environment. That is, we can choose either our lab, we can do testing either in lab or in field. Okay, so just take example first for lab. Okay, so in lab, second, this one if I take for lab. Okay, lab. Okay, Then what I will do in lab, I will use simulators. I will tell what is simulator. This is my simulator, suppose. Okay. And this is my product. Product means my duty. Duty. Okay. What is the simulator? With the help of simulator, I can form a network. In network means I can confirm any technology with any of parameter. Any of parameter means any band, PCI, frequency. Okay, frequency means EARFCN. Okay, okay, means anything I can confirm as per my easiness, means anything I can confirm, means for any operator, anything. Suppose in lab I want to test in India and I want to test for any US operator, okay, or anything, and that US operator's PLMN is 001. Just for example, 01. Okay, that is my PLMN. Okay, so in lab I can configure that same PLMN in that simulator. Okay, so I can check the functionality of my duty with the help of that simulator with environmental, means the stable RF condition. Stable RF condition means my RSRP, SINAR, RSRQ will be stable in that particular case. In lab, I can configure at any range. At any range, and I connect my duty with some cable, and my duty will latch with that same network and behave accordingly. So I can test like in my lab, but same thing is not possible in field. Okay, suppose in my means daily I'm testing, so I can't change that PLMN or network condition. I can't control these parameter. So what is main difference between these two? Field can't change any parameter. Okay, I can't change anything in field. So what is different between these two? Means if I compare, so whenever I want to test any predefined parameter, either PLMN or any coverage related parameter, so I can test and simulate the lab environment, and I can test with in lab. Okay, but that is not enough. So means your duty will not get the stable environment in real time. So my duty should be compatible with fluctuations. Okay, so whenever I want to check my duties behavior in fluctuated network environment, we will do field testing. Okay, so field testing. Any doubt, guys? Or put yourself on mute. Okay, thank you. So that is means basic difference between field and lab. Okay. After that, tool used in testing. One like these, we have some proprietary based tool, like Qualcomm use QCM, QPST, and QCAT for log analysis, and for various things we can do, like for taking backup and restore, log analysis, log collection. MediaTek use ELT, then Intel use SSD, and Jira is for our management kind of thing. Management means bug raising and tracking that issue. So let me just put one how we do the testing. So suppose first understand in a very basic way, we have two teams. Okay, first one is development team, developer team, when we have testing team. Okay. So suppose how that all flow look like. I'm just taking example of some like UI side product. Okay. So suppose Oppo want to release a product from range like suppose 25,000 with some feature, with some specific feature. Okay. Guys, please put yourself on mute. Okay. So what that Oppo will do? Oppo will select a chipset. Okay. From any of
Pradeep, stop your camera.
okay. So any of these chipset there means any handset require definitely a chipset, either Qualcomm or my MTK or Intel. Suppose now Intel is part of Apple, but just for example. So suppose the Qualcomm choose sorry that choose Qualcomm for that particular handset for that particular product. Okay, and now what Qualcomm will do? Qualcomm just analyze the requirement. Okay, analyze the requirement and uh, plan some test cases. Before that one, after requirement, build a software. Okay, I'm just using that term software, but that is not appropriate. In real time and testing time, we use the two. First one is build, second one is binary. Okay. So what Qualcomm will do? Qualcomm just analyze the requirement and on the basis of requirement, build a software. Okay. Like you guys get software update in your handset or in your mobile phone, that is again same thing. But like after sale and service, you will get from OTA. Okay, OTA means over the air. Okay, OTA over the air. So after like you have built a software, I mean that developer team build that one, that initial software or anything. Whenever development comes into the picture, then developer team is responsible for the same. Okay. So now developer team, here is my developer team. This is a roughly flow means you can just for your understanding. Okay. My developer team build a software with version B1. B1 means by build one. Okay, anything means you must have noticed that we have some versions of any application or any build, any software, we have some versions. So this is like after some version, I mean, extended numbering kind of thing we have. Okay. So, and this is my duty and this is my testing team, testing team, testing team. Okay. And this is my duty. This is my duty. Okay. This is my handset or duty. So what that developer team will do, they will give me that build. Okay. That build B1. Okay. With name, and I will perform some test cases, which like mutually agreed between like Qualcomm and Oppo. Okay. Accordingly, this testing team planned some test cases and I will perform those same test cases like feature wise. Suppose that particular and product supports 5 feature and we have some timeline. Okay, so like first in first delivery I will deliver 3, then 1, then 1, then 1. Suppose like this I will deliver my features. So suppose in first timeline I'm just concerned about these 3 features. So I will test those feature with my DUT. Okay, and suppose from these three feature, I found two bug. Bug means my defect, basically. Anything wrong functionality, any misbehavior of my duty. So then what I will do? I just raise a bug to developer team. That bug. In that bug report, I will add like what scenario performed, which software version I have used, kind of detail I will mention, and how I will raise that bug with the help of Jira. Jira is bug raising and tracking kind of tool. Okay, means different companies can use different tool, but just for understanding, I'm taking example of Jira. Okay, what?
बाद में वही पहले डिसाइड कर दो.
अरे स्पीकर बंद करो भाई.
Okay, so what developer team will do? Developer team just rectify this bug and provide me fix. Build. Updated build means my build. Okay, what I will do now? Again perform the testing or the same in which I found bug. So suppose now I found one bug, then again I will do same thing, raise bug to developer team. Okay, bug developer team, and developer team will fix that bug and raise new build. Now I received build 3, and suppose and everything is okay in that build 3, then we can release that particular software with that our product to next day. Okay, so this is basically roughly cycle which we follow in real time. Any doubt in this, guys? Anything want to confirm or just want to know any step or anything? नहीं, ऐसा कुछ रॉकेट साइंस इसमें है नहीं. ओके,
Hello.
या
Yeah, Rahul. I want to know what is the difference between test line and build.
व्हाट टेस्ट
Test line and build.
test line basically not a that term defined term which we follow. Suppose build is my software, build or binary, these two things. Okay, these are my software which I use for my hardware. Any product is combination of hardware plus software. Okay, first I develop my hardware, then I develop my software. Okay, suppose that is my hardware and I develop some software. So that software is known as build or binary. Okay,
Okay.
okay, then the second term you ask, product line.
Test line.
Test line.
Yes.
Test line, I think I don't know actually what is line. That is not a, I think, a specific term. Product line means what product. Suppose product we have, so just we used to use that particular. We have some naming of every and means different product. So we just use product line kind of term. But software line is
Same like test line. Someone
sorry,
line and put line. I think.
test line is and I don't know. I think that term is
Okay. Okay.
known to me. Okay. So that is like whole procedure. Just want to summarize. Suppose here Oppo, I get some requirement. Suppose as per their requirement, they just select one vendor, a chipset vendor, and that chipset vendor will decide their requirement and software and hardware, and the same software I will use for testing. Okay. Now here, this is our job basically as a protocol testing engineer. So I will just, my job is find out as many as bug I can.
Rahul, another one doubt. Means build whatever test right. That one called build or something different.
Okay. Don't confuse. Means build is your, suppose here. Okay, let's wait for 1 more minute and we'll explain that build. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So this is basically my, so here in testing and developer team release some build. टेस्टिंग टीम ने यहाँ पे एक बिल्ड दे दी. ओके, ये बिल्ड दे दी मुझे. मैं एज ए टेस्टिंग इंजीनियर मैं कुछ टेस्ट केसेस है वो परफॉर्म करूंगा इस पे बिल्ड पे. बिल्ड मीन्स सॉफ्टवेयर है ये अपना, और जो भी मुझे बग मिला वो मैं रेज कर दूंगा विद द हेल्प ऑफ वीरा टूल. ओके, अब सपोज इधर B1 बिल्ड मिली थी मुझे. आफ्टर दैट फिक्सिंग दोज बग आई विल गेट B2. सेम मैं फिर से टेस्टिंग करूंगा, कुछ मुझे मिला मैं फाइंड आउट करूंगा और मैं बग रेज कर दूंगा. मुझे फिर से कोई बग मिला तो डेवलपर टीम क्या करेगी, बग फिक्स करेगी और मुझे न्यू सॉफ्टवेयर दे देगी, नया सॉफ्टवेयर दे देगी जो मैं फ्लैश करूंगा इसमें. और फिर मुझे अगर कुछ नहीं मिलता है बग, मेरा प्रोडक्ट स्टेबल है, एवरीथिंग इज फाइन विद दिस प्रोडक्ट, देन वी कैन रिलीज दैट प्रोडक्ट टू कस्टमर टू अदर टीम. ओके, that is basically cycle of my product. Means roughly for understanding, just understand that part again. What is my build and all these things. Okay, let me try to explain. That is my hardware. Okay, this is my software. Okay, the help of these two, this is my a product. Okay, ठीक है. किसी भी प्रोडक्ट के लिए दो चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है. फर्स्ट इज हार्डवेयर. सपोज अ फोन आप अज्यूम करो, मैं आपको दिखा दूं कैसा दिखता है. ठीक है, फोन अज्यूम करो. अब आपके पास में कोई हैंडसेट है, ठीक है, कोई फोन है आपके हाथ में, जो फोन है उसके अंदर एक सॉफ्टवेयर है. सॉफ्टवेयर मीन्स आप जो सारी फंक्शनलिटीज कंट्रोल कर रहा है, परफॉर्म कर रहा है. ठीक है, इन दोनों से मिला के ही ये पूरा प्रोडक्ट मेरा कंप्लीट हुआ है. ठीक है, अब ये प्रोडक्ट बन गया, बेसिकली मेरा इनिशियल प्रोडक्ट है. अब इसमें मीन्स लेटर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम सपोज मेरा हार्डवेयर भी चेंज हो सकता है, मैं मीन्स अपग्रेड कर सकता हूँ वाइल डूइंग टेस्टिंग, और मेरा सॉफ्टवेयर भी अपडेट होता रहता है. ठीक है, बिफोर रिलीज. अब मैं उसको मार्केट में रिलीज कर रहा हूँ, सपोज ओप्पो कोई फोन रिलीज कर रहा है तो उससे पहले वो काफी टेस्टिंग होती है उस पर हर लेवल पे. ठीक है, हार्डवेयर में सपोज अब मेरे पास में, अगर मैं और थोड़ा सा आपको करूँ तो मेरे पास में अलग अलग टीम्स हैं. कैमरा टीम है, एक ऑडियो वीडियो टीम है, मॉडम्स हैं बेसिकली मेरे. ठीक है, आपने देखा मीन्स डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ वैकेंसीज. एक वीडियो टीम है. फिर मेरे पास मेरा सेल्यूलर है. ठीक है, सेल्यूलर है मेरे पास में. सेल्यूलर में दिस माय 3G 2G 4G रिलेटेड थिंग. ओके, अब जितने भी मेरे पास में सपोज मॉड्यूल हैं, सेम रेस्पेक्ट में मेरे पास में सॉफ्टवेयर भी होते हैं अलग अलग टीम में. ठीक है, जिनको मैं इंटीग्रेट करके एक सॉफ्टवेयर बना देता हूँ और उस सॉफ्टवेयर को मैं फ्लैश करता हूँ मेरे प्रोडक्ट में. ठीक है राम, कुछ डाउट इसमें?
No doubt.
ओके ओके, ठीक है. सो दिस is basically software and this is my hardware, and with the help of these two I just perform a product. That is my product. Okay, अब we are good with that product. मैं कुछ एक प्रोडक्ट है जो मेरा प्रिपेयर हो गया है. ठीक है, अब I want to test that product. So now the test cases and all these things come into the picture. Okay, to test my product, what I need, some test cases. So just forget that planning and all these part. Some test cases means my LT attach, LTA attach, CSFB means functionality. Just understand functionality. My handover, then throughput, a data calls kind of thing. Suppose voice call, IMS call, voice call, and etc. These are my cases. Okay. Next thing, what I require, some network. Suppose network means we're talking about from handset point of view, I need network. When I'm talking about from network point of view, then I need UE. Why I need UE? Suppose means I'm working at network side or RAN side. Then that time my product will be my eNode B. So how will test my eNode B? With the help of some UEs. And how means customer have their UE only. So they just use their network in that UE. So how means I need UEs to verify or to test my network. Okay. So that is with the help of means saying this thing and this thing. I just test that product and I found bugs. Bugs means defect in that particular product. Okay. Means this software team बना दिया. But how you will verify that particular thing? Means मैंने कुछ बना दिया. But अब मैंने तो मेरी तरफ से सब कुछ बना दिया. जरूरी नहीं है ना वो परफेक्ट हो. सो कुछ तो टीम चाहिए ना, कोई तो बंदा चाहिए ना जो उसको वेरीफाई करे, कुछ प्रोसीजर चाहिए जो उसको वेरीफाई करे. सो वो टेस्टिंग टीम करती है. दिस इज लाइक जनरल टीम, जनरल टर्म एक्चुअली, जनरल प्रोसीजर. It's not only specific to our like time domain or protocol testing domain. This is general life cycle. Okay. So this is like separate entities we have. Hope your doubt is clear now, Ram.
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Okay. So this is like basic life cycle. Again, come to the like this Jira, which I told you, I use for this. Sorry, this one Jira for raising, and this one suppose I use for bug. Sorry, that log capturing and log analysis. These tool. So with the help of Qualcomm, I am working for Qualcomm. With the help of the tool, I can check the log, capture the log, and can raise the bug with the help of Jira. Okay. And same like working for MediaTek, then will use for log capturing or analyzing ELTE. Guys, please put yourself on mute. Thank you. It's like general thing. We have like some UE kind of tool, UE logging, some RF kind of means for, at RF front we have different procedures or kind of these are like just for is a different thing we have in as a protocol test engineer. Okay. Again, just for 1 second, guys. Just getting a call. Let me put.
हाँ आजम आ गया है ना. ओके.
Sorry. Okay. So these are some myths actually we have in related to our testing. Like only programmer can do testing. That is again, I think most of you understood. Like these are different profile and developer and tester. So that is not mandatory. Okay. Again, like Python and these scripting language are scripting language is must for must. That is again mandatory. We have like different kind of profile. It is good. I'm not saying like it is not useful in testing. It's good to know if you have any understanding of Python, Perl, or any of these scripting language. But it's not again mandatory thing to enter in testing domain. So with the help of these things like Python, Perl, or TTCN, we can develop a script, and with the help of that script, we can perform various tasks and procedures in telecom domain. Means that testing while doing our testing. So these are not mandatory, but again useful. Other that like interview is tough. So that is again not a rocket science actually to that interview. Let me explain one more thing to you. Okay. In any interview, suppose you just complete the course or anything from anywhere. Okay. So first thing, what interview will ask about yourself. Okay. Just forget that thing is about you and your in which company you are working kind of thing. After that, your day-to-day activity and what you used to do in your daily life. Means what you do while doing testing or anything, how you configure, means what kind of test is you have to perform, which tool you used, this kind of thing interview will definitely ask. After that, means interviewer can pick anything, means any question or anything to take forward that with that interview. Means in that, suppose in activity you said I'm using any tool, okay, and I'm doing LTE H. After that CSFB, just for example, anything to do. Definitely means anything interviewer can ask. What is LTE attach? You can explain the call flow. What is CSFB? How you configure? Means what all thing you analyze while doing CSFB? What all thing is related to CSFB? After that, 2 3 bugs. Means in your daily, in your means last bug, what you had observed, what you have find. So these are like in generally interview will follow. In general, okay, we can't like this is like a specific rule, but in general these things interview will follow. Okay, about yourself, you can prepare day-to-day activity and this like flow and these things. With the help of these things, we will help you in tool wise or like call flow wise and bug wise. Definitely, we will tell you some of bugs, like which bugs you can tell the interviewer, like I have found that bug, means these 2 bugs suppose, and how you analyze those bugs, which all thing you check while analyzing this kind of thing. Definitely, we can tell you, and the same thing will use in your interview. Okay. So that's like a same, and some predefined questions also we have, like some 150 to 100 questions. Again, we will give you those questions time to time and after completion of course. So that will again help you with your preparation. Okay, hiring side, we have these like chipset vendor. These are some of companies. I think most of you are aware with these like chipset manufacturer side, Qualcomm, Intel, Broadcom, MediaTek. We have RAN side. With those, definitely you must aware with those companies, familiar with those companies like Samsung, Huawei, ZTE, Ace Antenna, Airspan, Starlight, Parallel Wireless, Mavenir. Yes, these companies again working in 5G and hiring very aggressively nowadays. Again, some equipment manufacturer we have Expo and Starlight. These are some operators. Yes, Jio, Airtel, Vodafone, Idea. These are our Indian operator. US operator Rakuten is Japanese operator. Again, like nowadays, Rakuten is hiring like whose number. There's many opportunities are there in Rakuten nowadays. Again, that service-based company we have some service-based company Altran, L&T, Troma, and Touring, Mobilian, TCS, and CTC. What is the role of these service-based company? What is different? These are some product-based company. Means they have their own product. Like Qualcomm have their own chipset, just like these have their own product, and they can't hire all their employee on their role. Okay, suppose Qualcomm है, उसको 100 मीन्स 10 और 100 मीन्स एनी रिक्वायरमेंट है, ठीक है, तो वो 100 के 100 खुद के पेरोल पे हायर नहीं करेगी, ठीक है, बिकॉज मीन्स कॉस्ट saving or means anything you can connect or understand. So what they will do, suppose 80 उसने क्वालकॉम ने खुद हायर कर लिया, 20 इससे ले लिए अल्ट्रॉन से, 20 people they will hire from Ultron on payroll of Ultron. Ultron just provide 20 resources to that Qualcomm. So these are means they are providing service to some client or to some company. So that's why they are service-based company and they are a product-based company. And service-based company, two scenario again we have one on-site, second one offshore. ODC in general we say ODC. On-site means 20 people will work on at from Qualcomm office. ODC means Ultron will take project from Qualcomm and develop their own lab or own setup, and these 20 people will work from Ultron office only. This is ODC. So these two type of setup we have. So let me quickly just go through our
राहुल
hello. Any question? Want to ask anything? So in our course, we will apart from majorly we will focus on LTE. Apart from the LTE, we will give you basic understanding, basic introduction about 5-band ORAN and LTIMS. And these will be our kind of introduction only, or some basic things we will cover. But majorly we will focus on LTE. Okay.
हेलो राहुल भाई,
Yeah.
आप क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं समझ में नहीं आ रहा है मेरे।
क्या समझ ली?
आप बताना क्या चाह रहे हैं।
किस चीज से रिलेटेड? I think after class we can sync, okay, for your doubt. We have some specific doubt. Okay, so course wise we will cover. Let me just show you what things topic wise what we will cover. So we start with basics, means from what LT basic, what is LT architecture, frame structure, and interfaces, and what is protocol, functionalities of protocol. After that, protocol wise, we will cover like PHY or MAC, RLC, all protocol we will cover. Okay. So like some main or important functionalities like from PHY point of view, channel processing of each and every channel, then resource allocations, MIMO parameter, MIMO like transmission diversity or spatial multiplexing we will cover. It's like that we will like this is the kind of detail thing wise we will cover while like covering the layer. These are some functionalities of MAC layer like R, MAC PDU and their load PHR, BSR, DRX kind of thing. After that, means this is basically what we will cover. Apart from the syllabus, we will like test planning, how we will plan the test cases, log analysis with the help of QHTM, and I think Excel also we nowadays. Introduction to SR tool, real-time like analysis with the help of QHTM. This we will cover in practical sessions like lab setup. I will tell you like how lab look like and kind of thing. Some pictures or some videos we have. Okay. After completion of course, we will provide you some questions which we get like from like as interviewer, which I ask from interview or like from previous experience from our students or like from other colleagues. We have like these are some set of questions we have. We will definitely help you for with CV preparation modification of Naukri and LinkedIn profile, and what is suitable for you as per your experience, or what we have covered, and we will take care. After that minimum 2 interview, we will try to provide you. Here we are not committing like will like provide you some job, but definitely we will with our references or our previous students, we will definitely arrange minimum 2 interview for you with some companies. Okay. This is like call flow wise. If you want to see here, like from LTE, power on, like frequency scan, frequency acquisition, system information acquisition, RACH, RRC connection, attach, bearer establishment, that we will cover. And after that, like CSFB handover, cell selection. With these kind of these are like some call flows which we have in LT. We will cover 5G wise. We will cover like 5G overview, requirement of 5G, network architecture, interworking, deployment option which we have in 5G, or NSA and SA call flow. This is like all about syllabus which we are going to cover in our course. So any question till here? And just after that, want to show tool to you guys. So one of our team member will show you the tool, the QHDM, I mean, preferably. So any question here, guys? Here, anything you want to confirm or to ask?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, what is the duration of that sir course, sir?
Yeah, approx 2.5 means on an average in 2.2, 2.5 or around the month, we can cover that whole course.
Okay, sir, what's the timing of that in the weekend or it's a regular break class?
Here, actually, our confirmation of students, we will decide that. Preferably, we will try to conduct in morning, but we can like discuss on that one topic.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Rahul,
So, yes,
stop your screen. Ajam will share. And
yeah, sure.
now we have 2 batches in evening, Monday to Friday, and weekend as well.
For log analysis, you're going to demo it for LT only, or you will consider 5G as well? Because
We
nowadays
have
5G is also running. So if you include 5G as well, that will benefit more. But I believe
No, in the course, all things are combined.
5G
In
will be
5G,
also
yes,
running.
5G will combine. Also, see the
The
logo
log
of 5G as well in front of the screen.
स्क्रीन दिख रही है सबको? हेलो?
Yes, visible, Raju.
Okay.
Now today we have a XCAP, not a QXDM. Next time we'll use as per ability of tool.
Yeah.
so see here these two XCal and the QXDM which we have. So this is like a example of 5G registration. Basically, 5G log I think opened in our tool. So like that we will cover. I don't want to dig in deep. Just want to show you a tool just for your reference. Like these tool we have. So like this 5G request is going on. This is by 3GPP NAS message. For that one, MIB and SIB we have. So kind of message analyzes. Like in lower part you can see these are information element. Suppose that 5G request is going from my UE to E node B, then ME, which all messages it will contain. This is basically normal example, means you can see here. Hazam, can you please just show the information element? Can not here in like information elements. Yeah, these are like information element. Just upside. थोड़ा सा ऊपर. हाँ यार. So this is like kind of PLMN detail contained in my saved. I mean, just for example, I'm showing the tool. So like that only we will cover test is our call flows with the help of tool. So that will help you to understand the real time and like practical scenarios and understand how we do the log analysis kind of thing in real time. Okay, these are like again for not every day show you, but definitely we will cover all call flows with the help. Again 5G call flow, and same 4G call flows or 4G log. So that's how we will going to cover our course. Any doubt with respect to tool or anything?
Sam will provide logs which are open in Warsaw. So by the candidate itself can track practice.
Yeah, just for your practice only, you can use those logs.
Now, can you give us, I mean, what exactly we look into these two? I mean, what
What?
we, just for an hindsight, what we exactly look into these things?
Okay, okay. Suppose just for example, and this is a log file of like my file registration. Okay. Now suppose I'm getting. Can you provide me the? Okay, see herein I have one that registration request. You can see in registration request. Okay. Registration request. In that particular registration request, I have certain information element or that detail contained by suppose just for example, suppose after that one or registration request I received that registration means in idle case I should get registration accept from network, but suppose if any bug in my product or anything, so I will get registration reject, or in one case or receive any response from network, for example. So in that case I will verify these IDs. Suppose for example 10 eyes, I have 10 eyes in a particular message, so I will verify those eyes. Okay, like all eyes are correct or not. For example, one PLMN, just you are familiar with that term PLMN, like combination of MCC and MC. Suppose someone wrongly configured that PLMN, one case, like suppose that in my particular message I will observe that in particular message that my UE is sending PLMN 40101 should be 40201. Okay, in that case, I will not get response from network or I will get reject from network. Okay, so what I will check all the configuration what I have configured is correct or not. Suppose I have configured PLMN correctly in my UE in my SIM, then I will check logs is the like cause of that behavior or what are the cause of that bug. After analyzing that logs, I will raise that issue with concerned team, with developer team. After that, like developer team will rectify that bug and they will provide me the fix with updated version of my build, and I will again use that same build within my DUT, means I will refresh DUT with same means with updated build, and I will retest the scenario. This is just for your understanding. Just one example. Means it could be anything, any misfunctionality, any bug. Okay, that's how I see the internal information element. Analyzing means I'm just checking the flow after this message. Suppose just for example, you are seeing some setup request. Okay, so ideally suppose that you should end that setup request, but I observe that setup request is not there. That is bug for me. My DUT should send that setup request after registration request. Okay, that's how can be the flow, the information element within that particular message. That is my work. That is my task to verify the logs.
Okay. Means in the call flow, if there is any issue, I mean, the next step is
Yes,
processed, then we have to look for the information element and
yes,
like
yes, yes. Any step or any eyes is misconfigured or not configured in that particular product. So in that case, I can as a bug. That is a bug actually. A bug is nothing but a defect actually. Okay, defect could be anything.
Ajam,
Okay, okay. Thank you.
stop
Okay,
the share. Stop the screen.
so that's how we are going to cover the means theory wise or practical wise. But as these practical means the tool is some limited session, we will first we will go through theory wise and the call flow. We will understand the eyes. Then we will see something in two. So that's how we are planning. Okay. So from next weekend, we are going to start a new batch. So accordingly, you can uh, enroll yourself. So after that, if you have any doubt, you can sync with me. My name is Rahul, and with Brajesh ji. Okay.
Ping me separately or call me for
Means
further
anything
inquiry.
is fine for us. Okay.
Yes. Now, thanks for joining. Now we are
रा-
closing the
Yeah.
session.
Any doubt?
हेलो राहुल भाई,
Yeah.
ये ये बैच चालू कब हो रहा है इसका?
Next weekend, sir.
नेक्स्ट वीकेंड से। तो ये कौन कौन सा टूल्स आप दिखाएंगे ट्रेनिंग?
XCAP or XCAL. Sorry, that one. QXDM
एस
or
कैप, एस कैप, एस कैल और टिम्स,
QXDM. नहीं, QXDM actually.
एक्सडीएम।
Yeah.
ओके ओके राहुल भाई।
Oh,
Hello, Rahul sir.
yeah.
During the interview, they can ask question from tools also.
Yeah, definitely. I can ask.
Okay, so how's the ratio of questions related to
No,
the tool?
I can't comment actually. Suppose you are taking into, you have some separate style of taking interview. I'm taking interview. I have some
Based on the
separate.
interviewer,
Actually, that
how
is
question
totally depends on
arise.
interviewer. But definitely they can ask, they can ignore. Just if someone want to verify, suppose मैं इंटरव्यू कर रहा हूँ और मुझे ये देखना है कि आपने काम किया है कि नहीं किया, तो मैं सीधे आप टूल पे ले जाऊंगा। तो मैं 2-3 क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछ सकता हूँ टूल के बारे में।
तो
बेसिक क्वेश्चन हो गया, मैंने पूछ लिया।
वहीं से कैच कर लेते हैं फिर।
हाँ, मैं वहीं से जज कर लूंगा आपको कि आपने काम नहीं किया है। ठीक है।
ओके, तो सर वो प्रैक्टिस कैसे मिलेगी?
नो, प्रैक्टिस इतना कुछ आपको वो करना नहीं है कि प्रैक्टिस करने है उसमें। जैसे टूल अब सब मैंने दिखाया, अगर मैं आपको 5-6 मैसेज दिखा सकता हूँ, मैंने आपको टूल वर्जन दिखा दिया, कैसे लॉग वगैरह लेंगे, कनेक्ट करेंगे, तो बस इतना ही उसको पूछना है। बाकी टेक्नोलॉजी वाइज वो डिफरेंट अलग से पूछेगा।
अच्छा राहुल भाई,
यस।
ओके,
अगर टूल्स के बारे में आप बच्चे मुझे 2-4 बार दिखा रहे हो क्लास में वीकेंड में, तो उसका एक्सेस आप मुझे मतलब रिमोटली एक्सेस आप मुझे दे सकते हैं क्या? मतलब जब
इसके लिए वायर शार्क है, ओपन टूल है, विल प्रोवाइड लॉग, यू कैन सी ओपन लॉग एंड सी द मैसेज।
सर तो वायर शार्क से तो ओपन तो मैं खुद से कर सकता, बट ये अगर मुझे क्यूएक्सडीएम से अगर मुझे रिमोटली एक्सेस चाहिए हो तो?
नॉट पॉसिबल, विल नॉट
ये
प्रोवाइड।
प्रोप्राइटरी टूल है बेसिकली। समझिए कि किसी को ये दे नहीं सकते हम कि आप ये लेकर।
नहीं 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 सर, मैं रिमोटली की बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं देने की बात
रिमोटली
नहीं कर
आपको
रहा।
दिखा सकते हैं। आप क्या करोगे, आप क्या करना चाह रहे हो रिमोटली करके?
जैसे आप कर रहे हैं, मैं रिमोटली उससे कोई लॉग को प्ले करके उसमें क्या क्या एक्सेस हो रहा है, क्या इशू
हाँ, तो
है,
वो
कौन
आप
सी
देख सकते हैं ना, वो
इंफॉर्मेशन
डिस्कस
लिमिट
कर
है,
सकते हैं, वो
तो
डिस्कस कर
आपकी क्लास
सकते हैं
में।
क्लास में।
नो इशू,
हाँ, क्लास में हम
विल
डिस्कस
ट्राई
करेंगे डेफिनेटली।
सम क्रैक वर्जन।
ओके
या विल
ओके,
प्रोवाइड।
थैंक यू।
Sir, what the timing for weekend batch, sir?
And not actually finalized, but like according to students
8
and
to 10 in morning, I something like.
preferably it will be 8 to 10.
Okay, sir. Because yes, sir. Because sir, actually, I'm working now, so that's why I
So
have
no
to.
problem, like it will totally depends on
Saurabh is
you
working in
guys.
Samsung actually, in Lucknow.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
no problem. It depends on you guys.
So in case you miss the any classes, there will be recording available.
Yes, we'll provide recording as well after session. If any miss, I will have the help of recording. You can continue session. For further detail, reach to me for a
Just for any
continuation.
doubt, you
Yeah.
can reach out to us after this session. Okay.
सर ये डेली क्लास है या वीकली क्लास है सर ये?
We have weekend and weekday class as well. Both the batch I have.
ओके.
Any other?
Hello. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes. I hope
Okay, so I think
Rahul, we can close.
okay,
Yes,
okay. Thank you guys for joining this session. Okay.
and sir, session was and looking forward for the learn more from the here.
Okay. Thank you very much for your appreciation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
थैंक यू.
Thank you, Ajam. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Rajkumar. Okay. Thank you, guys.